The buzz is real, birds. With the Eagles eyeing a blockbuster trade for a high pick, the draft landscape could shift dramatically. Picture this: Giants in the mix for a former Chiefs champion, plus the Eagles need Drew Kendall to step up this season. Strap in. We're diving into what these moves could mean for Philly. Let's be real. This matters because it signals how the front office is prioritizing the roster right now. The truth is, there's still plenty of time for our Eagles to make some moves after the draft. General managers around the league have this unique window where they can tinker with their rosters. Even though we just wrapped up the big free agency period, the next 7 months are crucial for making all sorts of adjustments that can define a season. Look back to 2025, when a whopping 62 players were traded between May and November. That's a significant number, and it shows the landscape of the league can change dramatically in the offseason. Sure, not every trade is as impactful as bringing in a superstar like AJ, but even smaller moves can reshape the depth of a team. For the Birds, that's where a blockbuster trade could make all the difference heading into the new season. Losing depth can hurt more than people think, especially as the weather gets cold and injuries start to pile up. So, striking at the right moment could be key for us. The potential impact of these trades means the Eagles need to stay sharp and be ready to pounce when the time is right. As we gear up for the 2026 season, the Eagles' offensive line remains a pivotal topic among the fan base. With durability concerns swirling, especially on the interior, there's a growing spotlight on Drew Kendall. After the loss of veteran Brett Toth in free agency, the weight of expectation now rests heavier on Kendall's shoulders. Team insiders are buzzing with positivity about him, labeling him as a versatile depth piece that could exceed expectations. Landon Dickerson and Cam Jurgens, both coming off injury-riddled seasons, have sparked legitimate worries about whether they'll be at full strength when the games start counting. This only emphasizes the need for Kendall to truly step up. The Birds need that depth not just for contributions, but to weather the inevitable storms of a long season. My take: treat this as smoke until we get something concrete, but the timing matters. The Eagles can't afford to take chances. They need a solid performance from Kendall to ensure their front line remains intimidating and effective. So, all eyes will be on him. Will he rise to the occasion? That's a question every fan is asking as we look ahead to the draft and beyond. The New York Giants are stepping up their game, and it's not just about the upcoming season. Even though we've still got a few months before the 2026-27 NFL season kicks off, they're keeping the NFC East rivalry with our Eagles alive and thriving. Reports from NFL Network's Ian Rappaport suggest that the Giants are in hot pursuit of the same former Kansas City Chiefs two-time Super Bowl champion that we've got our eyes on. This is a serious battle for a player who could tip the scale for either team. Nazeeh Johnson is making waves right now. He's visiting the Giants today, but just 12 days ago, he was in the building with our Birds. This kind of back and forth is hard to ignore. The pressure is on, and it could spark a significant shift in how both franchises shape their futures. Let's be real. The Giants' interest in Johnson adds another layer to what we're watching unfold here in Philly. The stakes are high as teams scramble to solidify their rosters before heading into the 2026 season. My take: treat this as smoke until we get something concrete, but the timing matters. Keeping an eye on our rivals is essential, especially as we think about making that blockbuster trade to redefine our draft strategy. How the Eagles respond to this pressure will be crucial in maintaining our competitive edge in the NFC East. The thirst for dominance is palpable, and every move counts. The question remains: will the Eagles make the right play and secure the talent needed to push for another shot at the Super Bowl? That's exactly what we're all hoping for as we gear up for the draft. As the 2026-27 season approaches, the Raiders are finding themselves in the spotlight, but not just for their usual antics. This could be the make-or-break season for them. If they stumble out of the gate with a poor record, reports are surfacing about the potential for significant changes in the organization. A major buzz, as highlighted by Sports Illustrated's insiders, points to a blockbuster trade focused on their star edge rusher. The ripple effects of such a move could drastically impact not only the Raiders, but the entire league, including our Birds. Imagine if Max Crosby were on the market. It's a big deal because the Eagles could be right there, lurking, ready to make a move that might redefine our draft strategy. Adding a player of his caliber could put our defense on another level, and the injection of talent might be just what we need to solidify our position in a tough NFC East. We're all feeling the weight of past disappointments, and the urgency to seize opportunities is palpable. Every team is looking to fortify their roster, and any trades that happen now can alter the landscape for years to come. It's a high-stakes game, and the Eagles need to keep their eyes peeled for any shifts that could benefit their roster. My take, treat this as smoke until we get something concrete, but the timing matters. As the rumor mill churns, eyes are on the Raiders as they gear up for what could be a pivotal season. The organization is facing pressure, and it could lead to substantial changes if early results aren't favorable. There's buzz around a blockbuster trade, particularly focusing on their edge rusher. The truth is, if the Raiders start 1-8, you can bet they'll rethink their strategy, even considering trading valuable pieces. Imagine the ramifications if such a player hits the market. With Crosby potentially facing trade talks in November, the Eagles should absolutely be monitoring the situation closely. It's not just about adding depth, it's about transforming the defense into a unit that packs a punch when the games ramp up. A player who could bring production and athleticism might be just what Philly needs to reclaim dominance. The Eagles cannot afford to sit on the sidelines, particularly when movements like these could alter the competitive landscape of the league. My take: treat this as smoke until we get something concrete, but the timing matters. For a team like the Eagles, every strategic move during this offseason can make or break the season ahead. The coming months will be crucial, shaping not only our roster but the very nature of our rivalry in the NFC East. The talk around potential trades is heating up, and it's more than just a frenzy. It's a chance for teams to shake things up after last season's underwhelming performances. Every team is looking to make moves that scream improvement. We're all aware that trades can sometimes be for depth players who barely see the field, but those decisions show that organizations are hungry to get better. This offseason is no different. With a pile of critical trades on the horizon, teams are itching to go for the jugular. Now, speaking of the Eagles, we need to keep our eyes on every potential target out there. There's a list circulating with 32 players aimed at every team, and it's essential for Philly to assess who can fit into our plans without hesitation. The right move could not only reshape our roster, but could also send a clear message that we're ready to compete on every front. Losing depth hurts more than people think, especially in December. Imagine the infusion of talent and energy we could bring into our defensive lineup. A well-timed trade could be the difference between us charting a steady course to the Super Bowl or getting bogged down by injuries and inconsistencies. As we evaluate targets, it's critical to remain aggressive, just like the town expects us to be. Let's keep pushing that narrative. Bold decisions will define us this offseason. As we gear up for the next video, we'll dive into how we can execute these strategies on the ground. Stay fired up, birds!